Have you ever noticed that some people command attention the moment they walk into a room without saying a word? People listen carefully when they speak, don't interrupt them, and their boundaries are automatically respected. Meanwhile, there are others who, the more they try to be nice, the more lightly they are taken. They work harder, compromise more, explain more. Yet respect somehow gets lost along the way. The real question isn't whether there's something lacking in you. The real question is, what psychological signals is your mind sending to the world? Because respect is not asked for. It is taught. Silently, without conflict, and without changing who you are. We are often taught that respect comes from your achievements, your knowledge, or your position. But psychology tells a very different story. According to psychology, people don't respect you because of who you are. They respect you based on how you make them feel, and that feeling is not created by your words. It is created by your silence, your timing, your boundaries, and most of all, your self-control. This is where most people go wrong. They assume that talking more creates impact, explaining more creates clarity, and adjusting more creates respect. But the subconscious mind reads these signals in the exact opposite way. To the mind, over-explaining signals insecurity, constant adjustment signals low self-value, and reacting to everything signals emotional weakness. The truth is, the world doesn't give you the respect you deserve. It gives you the respect you allow. That's why some people carry weight even when they speak very little, while others sound insignificant despite saying everything. Ask yourself, how often do you get stuck trying to prove your point? How often do you stay silent even when you want to say no? And how often do you tolerate disrespect by telling yourself, let it go, it's not a big deal? Every time you do this, your subconscious mind sends a message to the world that your boundaries are flexible, your value is negotiable, and you can be ignored. And the world understands these messages very well. It's a bitter truth that respect doesn't come when you try to keep everyone happy. It comes when people know you won't lose yourself just to please them. For this, you don't need to be rude, aggressive, or loud. You only need to be psychologically precise. In psychology, this is called silent authority, an authority that doesn't come from raising your voice, intimidating others, or using force. It emerges when your nervous system is calm, your body language is grounded, and your reactions are controlled. People may not consciously understand it, but at a subconscious level, its impact is deep. That's why when someone explains too much, the other person instinctively starts interrupting them. But when someone speaks less, takes pauses, and maintains steady eye contact, that same person begins to listen carefully to every word. Respect is not magic. It is neuroscience, behavioral psychology, and survival wiring. For thousands of years, the human brain has been wired to seek stability, control, and safety. And the person who appears emotionally stable and mentally controlled is the one who sends the signal of respect. Now the question is, can all of this be learned? Can you naturally command respect without fake confidence, without wearing a mask, and without changing who you are? The answer is yes. But for that, you don't need motivation, quotes, or positivity. You need 4 precise psychological moves that work directly on the subconscious mind. These moves won't make you dominant, they will make you psychologically dangerous, so dangerous that people will stop taking you lightly. In this video, we will talk about those 4 psychological moves that make you powerful without speaking, give weight to your presence, subtly change people's behavior, and most importantly, stop you from feeling small in your own eyes. But a warning, these are not tricks or manipulation. They are natural behaviors that a confident mind displays automatically. You will simply learn to activate them consciously. If you're tired of constantly proving yourself, if you want people to take you seriously, and if you want respect to come from presence rather than effort, then watch this video till the end, because the final psychological move can permanently change your entire self-image. Respect is not a moral reward. It is an instinctive reaction of the human mind. People don't respect you because you are kind. They respect you because their subconscious decides that taking you lightly is not safe. This is where most people deceive themselves. They believe that kindness, availability, and honesty will automatically create respect. But dark psychology says that the human mind first reads safety and control. Morality comes later. If your behavior signals that you are emotionally predictable, that you react instantly, and that you are always ready to explain yourself in every situation, the mind categorizes you as non-threatening, and where the sense of threat disappears, respect disappears with it. The first psychological move starts here: reaction suppression. Every human being has an urge to respond immediately, to prove themselves instantly, to seek emotional release right away. But reacting gives relief, not power. The moment you remain calm despite being provoked, the power shifts. The other person can no longer control you, and the inability to control someone is deeply uncomfortable for the human mind. That discomfort is the seed of respect. In dark psychology, this is not called emotional denial, but emotional dominance. Your emotions exist, but they are under your command, not under someone else's control. The second psychological move is boundary declaration without justification. When you explain your limits, you unconsciously ask for permission. Explanation is an invitation to debate, to pressure, to manipulation. Strong personalities don't explain, they change behavior. Saying, "I can't do this," and stopping there while maintaining the same energy afterward teaches the mind that negotiation ends here. A bitter rule of dark psychology is this: the softer your boundaries, the softer your respect. Clarity is not harsh, confusion is. The third psychological move is strategic absence. Presence is powerful only when absence is felt. If you are available all the time, you don't become valuable. You become convenient. The human mind instinctively assigns high value to scarcity, whether it's time, attention, or presence. When you don't reply to every message immediately, aren't present everywhere, and don't fulfill every emotional demand, you send a signal that your energy is limited and that you have priorities. In dark psychology, this is not considered cruelty. It is called self-preservation. Only those who can protect themselves become significant to others. The fourth and most unsettling psychological move is emotional flatline. This is the stage where people can't read you. No excessive happiness, no excessive anger, no excessive excitement, no excessive hurt. Emotional flatline unsettles people because they can't trigger you. They can't extract validation from your reactions. The human mind controls those who react. Those who don't react stand outside the system, and people who stand outside the system are either followed or avoided, never ignored. The real purpose of these four moves is not to change others, but to change your psychological positioning. You don't become loud, you become opaque. You don't become dominant, you become unreadable. In dark psychology, the greatest respect is given to the person who is not easy to understand, who feels risky to manipulate, and whose boundaries the mind hesitates to cross. People often ask, won't this make people leave? Yes, some people will leave. But they will be the same people who were comfortable with your softness. The rule of respect retention is simple. Those who fear your boundaries are the ones who truly respect you. Those who only want access disappear the moment they face resistance.
Finally, it's important to understand that dark psychology does not teach cruelty. It teaches clarity. It doesn't make you cold.
It makes you controlled. The day you learn control, you no longer need to ask for respect. People begin to adjust on their own, change their tone on their own, and maintain distance on their own. And that is real power. The kind of power that isn't visible, but is felt in every interaction.